this next episode. Couldn't you at least heal me that time? That would be an actual useful time to heal me. Will you still heal me if I run up to you? Actually, will she? She left, amusingly. Hey, hold up. She's still up here? Yeah, that'd be nice. Why can't you heal me down there? That's really weird, but okay. I feared she'd only do that for the boss rush. Where are you? It's too big of an arena. Hi. Oh, thanks, little bug thing. I don't know where you just were, but... everyone else is just hanging out. Fire mood explosion thing there. I don't know if I agree with your guys' idea of vulnerable. Well, since I'm not using fire for anything but regen anymore, fire magic for anything but regen anymore, I base just have a bunch of regen. I kind of ended up forsaking magic entirely. Now I can hurt you. These things kind of hurt me appreciably now. A little. Oh no, he's actually using some kind of spell that makes him invincible, I think. Incidentally, he's failing to hurt me anyways, so... When you get up here, what's the point of you running around for? Where are you? Attack me. I'm not very good at this whole thing. Even being invincible, he's not very effective. Like, I can basically just ignore the fact that he's invincible and just keep attacking in light of him being vulnerable. So is he making like... are those like little clones of the founder that are attacking me or something? Also, where's the... I keep forgetting where the founder is. Hold up. Oh! So I actually needed to heal. Look at that. It's been a long time since I've had to do that. Founder cookie. That would be pretty appropriate, wouldn't it be? It's a fairly symbolic thing to heal myself with. Can you stop being invincible for a second? Just a moment longer. It won't take long. If you would, please. Nothing on him. There you go. Like he just walks into a nice place to fall over. Very calmly. Yeah, are we gonna address the fact that you tried to like take over the world? No? Everyone just leaving? Job well done? Is it time for the dramatic music to stop, or... Kind of a weird thing that happened in this game, though, plot-wise. The initial big bad actually... So this game had a kind of a big bad and bigger bad, but this game was a weird case where the big bad actually turned out to be the bigger bad, and then there was just a lesser bad that happened to appear partway through. Which I guess is what you usually call the dragon, like, only kind of. Oh yeah, there we go. See, this guy actually cares. About your elbows. Do we still need the dramatic fighting music? Time for what? I mean, I don't think there's anybody doing anything crazy back home. Maybe other than my owner probably having her head somewhere along from her body, but... First, I didn't seem like there was much special happening.
Fluffy, come back! No! No!
Sorry for the
If I can't have the wand,
video
I
issue.
will take something almost as sweet. Revenge.
Oh, that was quick. I guess Petpet time is a lot
wish that you
faster.
had never been transformed. I wish that every single evil deed you have committed, Arcos, be forever undone. I wish that Neopia would be restored to the way it was.
No!
I so command! What wonderful magic this is. We could do so much with this.
I'm black
But if the
again.
legends are true, this cannot be used again for 1,000 years. Better that it stay buried, don't you think?
I'm not of that impression considering what happened in the Petpet world, but whatever. Unless I did pass 1,000 years in there.
Thanks, Megan, for saving me. Thank you for saving all of us.
You should be more careful, Arcos. Magic things are best left to the fairies. Come on, Fluffy.
And the cats.
Let's go home.
I'm very, very fluffy. This is also messed up. I don't know why this particular video issue is happening. Sorry about that. That was a very sudden ending, eh? I guess there's probably some kind of post-game, considering there's more grinding I can do, as far as I can tell. I didn't get all the different kinds of stones. Or, whatever they're called. But, my number one issue with this game, and the ending shows it pretty well, not giving you warning on when you're about to do something that you can't go back on. Like, you just go to a new area, and whoops, you can't go back to the old one. Or you return from another area, and whoops, you can't go back anymore. Or you walk into a particular room, and whoops, boss fight, you can't do the rest of the dungeon anymore. And in a game like this, where there's a literal finite amount of resources, that's a pretty big deal. I'm not sure I quite understood probably the curve of like stats and grinding and things like that, because I got super overpowered at the end of the game, but I think that's just because I was using a bow. No weapons had even close to the stats of those bows at the end. Why were those bows like that? It was insane. I want to use more magic, but everything paled in comparison to the bow. I don't get it. And I would have liked to explore more magic, but this game makes you pick and choose, unfortunately. Which makes some sense, but... And that's an issue with this genre of game to begin with. It tends to make you make choices before you have the information necessary to even decide whether or not you want to make that choice. Including which character you play as and things like that, which is why partway through I switched to Meowclops. Oh well. So this was over a lot. I thought there was more game left, even though I was thinking, well, we're probably getting close to the end now. Kind of weird how that happened, but it is what it is. Oddly enough, I find some similarities. Like, this game had a more satisfying ending, I would say, than its console counterpart, kind of. That being Darkest Fairy. Darkest Fairy was definitely it just kind of suddenly ended. There was a lot of stuff that went on in that game, and it got kind of dramatic at some points, and they just kind of ended very anticlimactically. This game had aside from the fact that I had no idea I was walking into the final boss. Like when I set sail for Dark Island, or Shadow Island, I had no idea I was at a point of no return. And then all of a sudden I'm finally in that town again, where I could finally turn the golden chisel, thank God. And I do so, and then whoops. The next thing I walked into was actually the final boss. Had no idea. That was a little weird to me. Also, I think this game needs a way better way of increasing your stats than fighting the same bosses over and over and over again. But aside from not knowing what was going on in some certain ways, like not knowing quite how to read the stats for different weapons, because you have a physical part and a magic part, is that just a raw number? Like, do you just add the two numbers together after taking into account resistances for enemies, or what? I don't know. And I don't think there's any such thing as elemental weakness in this game, just resistance, which is actually a bit less interesting. I'd much rather have certain weapons or elements that are much more powerful against certain enemies than just not being able to use certain kinds of magic against certain enemies. Like, okay, sure, I can't use fire magic against fire enemies, but I'd like to have a reason to use fire magic against ice enemies, for instance. Or water, more like. I don't know. Or doubt. Havoc. I don't know if they need the Havoc physics either, where you could kick things around by accident. I don't know. I really wish... I don't know why they decided to focus on the pets of all things in this game. They're not really what interests me of... Game over! Kind of a weird thing to say. That's usually a bad thing. Did my save file shrink? But, the pets, I don't even know that many of them from Neopets, and I know a lot of stuff about Neopets. Hello, very almost dead cat. So I'm curious if anybody's going to even acknowledge that I was off. Oh, they actually do acknowledge that I can play the game. Cool, so this is just a little non-canon. Can I touch you? This is a little non-canon post-game thing. But I still can't go back to other areas, apparently. They say new things now. How many... One second, the game's gonna freeze. How many episodes have I recorded? This is the 4th one, so I'll have, I guess, an extra episode, at least, to look at whatever's left in this game. So does it still cost money to train, though, against these guys? So these are the last 2. So I can increase my stats on these, but of course I need money for that. Is there a way to get money? But one of the things I loved about Darkest Faeria was being able to see the depictions of all the different, not just species, but also angel characters that actually existed in Neopets lore. I would have loved to see more. When I was playing that game, I kept talking about how I would love to see other areas and whatnot. And this guy's still kicking it. Awesome. Keep doing your thing. Neoclops bombs. But this game, you don't get to see any existing characters, I don't think. You don't get the recognizable Neopet species, really. You just get some pets and pets, which are not really usually. And you get the most notable ones like slorgs and doggo foxes and Yaklovs. But lots of them you just have no idea what they are in the vast majority of cases, I think. This game, it's weird how they took an existing IP basically and then just kind of, they focused on the least developed parts of it and also did not use much of any other existing things from it. So, as a licensed game, I got a lot less than what I was hoping for. Oh, I can actually buy these again. That's very nice. I can be even more fire. Huh, maybe this would have been useful against that one guy. Well, no, it only does like 30 damage at most, I think. It's still way more damage with the tech bow, again. I never use this. Oops, could have used that. Jeez. Look at that fire resistance. I'm still very much a fire cat. Do we get new, better weapons or anything? But, so the one thing that most disappointed me about Darkest Faeria was that it didn't try to explore more stuff in Neopets, but then again, only so much at a time for one game. Are you a little late on things? There's no ship here. Like, can I not go anywhere? We'll have to see. What are you doing it's stuck there, dude. But I would have loved to see this instead just explore parts of the Neopets world that weren't explored in Darkest Fairy, because there are lots of things that would be worth exploring. No new magic. Is there even a... What really is even the point having a level 4 in particular alignment? Maybe if you get level 5 you get 100% resistance. I could have had level 5 or something if I bought stuff at the monastery, but alas, I can't go back. Have any journals? Peace at last. Cool. Okay. Aren't they like your height? Also, didn't you already know me? Whatever. Instead, I feel like they kind of wasted a lot of potential in this game by not really using what was already in the universe. Not that expanding on a small thing isn't a cool idea, but they didn't really expand on pet pets. They just took pet pets and then threw them into something new that has nothing to do with the universe, really. And the founder lore and stuff like that is kind of interesting, I guess. And I found the stories of the founder and all the cat monks and whatnot pretty cool. So I can't go back in? No. I think I'll keep going right now because I don't think there's enough stuff here to... Can I touch you? I don't think there's enough here to merit another episode yet, unless we confirm there's actually somewhere else to go or something. But where would I even get money to keep grinding? Like, again, as far as I can tell, there's finite money in this game. So I don't know what determines your rank. But aside from the awkwardness of the not knowing what to expect, not being able to go back to old places, and the way the grinding works in this game, I found this game pretty acceptable. I'm disappointed from a gameplay perspective. I think it's perfectly fine as gameplay. From the gameplay perspective, I think it captures a lot of what Neopets actually originally wanted to be. In terms of going out, exploring, and doing stuff, and having adventures. It's cool to see that Neopets kind of got to... That in this game and Darkest Fairy, Neopets got to realize that vision a little bit more than the website ever allowed it to. But... as a licensed game, it's weird. I don't know if I've actually encountered this yet before on this channel. A game that I think is okay as a game to play in its own right, but not that great as a licensed game. I feel like you can read these signs just by looking at them, and they don't say what it says. They say. Because, and I'm repeating myself, I realize, but they didn't really use what... They didn't really expand on things. They just kind of created something new that never has anything to do with anything else in the entirety of the rest of the franchise. And... there were so many things I would have loved to see. It was absolutely not necessary to do what they did with us, creating this whole concept of Bataria and whatnot, because there's already so much in the Neopets franchise to explore. I'm bummed out that they never did that, because I would have loved to see so many more things in the game. Oh, so much for affording that. Doesn't work all that well, but... Oh, I can use this now. Wonderful. I never did get any golden armor to wear, unfortunately, but whatever. But it looks like there's not really anything to do at this point. What's the point of being able to train on more stuff? I can't even fight any other enemies other than just training on them. And I can only train a finite number of times because I can't get money from anything anymore. Oops, I wasn't trying to. Sorry. That's that up there. There you go. More original colors again. That's so strange. That's the weirdest concept of a postgame I've ever seen. And also, the postgame is a very strange thing. I don't quite understand. Huh. Well, that's that, I guess. So, weird conclusion to a kind of weird game. On the whole, fun, I think. It got a little compressed towards the end. I think the worst part of the game was probably the whole searching for guardians thing, because at that point you stop seeing cool new places. The dungeons are kind of nice, especially some places like the sky area, but you didn't get to see new towns anymore or anything like that. It's like they just kind of gave up on that or started compressing everything or something. Which felt very awkward to me and unfortunate. But, oh well. I still enjoyed it for what it was in some ways. Just disappointed in some others. I would be less disappointed if this wasn't one of the only 2 Neopets games, because there's so much video game potential in the Neopets franchise that never got realized. The closest they ever got was Darkest Fury, which had its own issues, certainly, even though I did like it ultimately. This, I don't like it as much, although I still appreciate the homage it is to a particular genre. And it tried. Good enough for gameplay, I guess. Lore-wise, and as a Neopets game, not quite what I was hoping for. But oh well. The deed is done. Curious. Are the credits the same both ways? Do you get to see the same, Do you get to see anything if you go to the credits from here? Huh. That was unexpected. Oh jeez, I think it actually crashed. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys. This went on for a while, so I haven't had much reason lately to think about what I'm going to play next, but there are a few things I really want to play next, so I'll make a choice among those things. I think I know what I'll play next. Something a little bit less, something a bit more laid back. Bye everyone!